What if I actually told you that the reason you are not gaining weight, the reason you are not building muscle, isn't because of your bad genetics, as you say, isn't because of your fast metabolism, or it's not even because of your body built like this form that you just give yourself. It's because of that damn phone. Okay, and I'm gonna show you exactly what do I mean by that and how it's gonna literally shift everything you think you actually know. Okay, so there's a simple principle to actually be gaining weight, which is called the caloric surplus. Okay, if you want to gain weight, you have obviously to be in a caloric surplus, which means eating more than what your body actually burns in a day. So if your body burns 2,000 calories, you have to be eating 2,100 or even more calories to actually gain weight. As you can see, calories out are 2,000 and calories in are 2,500, which means 500 caloric surplus, which actually leads to gain weight. Okay, so most people just overcomplicate this term of actually being a caloric surplus and eating more than what your body burns. They think they should be eating six, seven, or even 8 meals a day, just like pro bodybuilders, which is not even sustainable because you probably have studies, you have work, you have business, you have chores, or whatever you have, and you shouldn't be constantly in the kitchen 24/7 every single day just cooking and eating. Plus, it's not even sustainable. You don't really have the appetite to actually be eating consistently every single hour. What actually is more helpful is falling down into 3 meals a day and one single snack, which is actually enough. Okay, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and throwing in one single snack between them. Like everyone can do that. Everyone just eats breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's just common consumption for all people, which is very, very, very sustainable. But the thing with that is, if you really want to eat only 3 meals a day and one single snack, those meals need to be actually big enough to actually push you into a caloric surplus. You can't be eating the same portions and the same calories of what you were eating before and think you're gonna gain weight. No, those meals have to be higher in volume, and this is where the problem actually starts. Okay, because when you just sit down to actually eat, you start scrolling, you start texting your friends, you start watching YouTube, you start doing in everything on your phone. Which what does actually that mean? What it leads to? It leads to distraction, and distraction actually leads to two things. Okay, the first thing is that under eating. Okay, when you're just distracted, you're gonna under eat. Like you don't know how much you're eating or how less you're eating, and you often pause between every bite and another, and just like, yeah, like, let me type this, let me watch this video, let me blah, like, all of that happens when you're just eating. And after that, you're gonna be into your meal 30 to 40 minutes, which your mind starts sending fullness signals to your body. What do I mean by fullness signals? Okay, so you've been eating enough. Your mind thinks that because you have been eating enough, you are actually full. Okay, even if you're not. Okay, so it starts signals to your body that you're full, and your body is gonna actually start feeling that ick of like, I don't want to eat anymore, even if you haven't ate that much calories. So it doesn't even care. It only realizes that you are really pleasured because you have been eating for so much. So enough is enough. Okay, and this is where the problem falls to. You think you ate 1,000 calories when in reality you only ate 500 fucking calories. Okay, because you stopped half the way through because your mind signaled to your body that you're enough and you can't eat anymore. So you just underate. And if you just calculate it for every single meal, if you're doing the same thing, let's say you're falling short on 200 calories and you're eating 2,200 calories and your maintenance is 2,000 calories, you're gonna be in a caloric deficit instead of actually caloric surplus, which means you're gonna lose weight instead of gaining weight. Okay, you have to actually put that into your mind. Now, how you can fix that? Eat with intention. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is put your phone away. I'm being genuinely with you. Okay, so you either put your phone away, number one, or the second thing you can do is just put a timer. Okay, you can just put a timer for 15 minutes and say, I want to finish this meal in 15 minutes without using your phone, without getting distracted, without actually focusing on anything other than your meal. The second thing you should do is space meals for more appetite. Okay, so if you just ate breakfast right now, don't get up to eat your lunch after 1 hour because you're definitely not gonna feel that hungry, and you can't be eating that much volume that we just talked about in the last part. Okay, because as I said, you have to be eating more volume. What do I mean by more volume? More than what you actually think you should be eating. Like if you just eat one sandwich in the morning, no, that should actually be more volume. If you want to stick with 3 meals, you have to make them bigger. Okay, so space your meals. Like if you just eat breakfast right now, after 2 3 hours, eat lunch or even more, because you want to make yourself as hungry as possible to make eating your whole meal as easy as possible. Okay, the third thing actually where most people fall short is tracking calories. Okay, you're not gonna know if you're actually hitting your calories or not unless you track calories. Don't tell me you can estimate. Don't tell me, yeah bro, I could just figure it out. No, I was stuck for this for 1.5 years because I was too arrogant and too lazy to track my calories, and I was stuck for 1.5 years at the same weight because of that. So don't fall for the same mistake. Actually track your calories. It's easy. It doesn't even take you 5 minutes every single day for all the meals, especially because you are eating less right now, so you have an advantage. You don't have to be spending that much time on my fitness pal. The fourth thing you could do, which is just a cherry on top, is adding calorie dense foods. Okay, so for each meal to actually make it easier and higher in volume in an easy way without having to eat more, is throwing in calorie dense foods just like oil, olive oil, avocados, rice, macaroni, nuts. Okay, maybe you could just eat a little bit of nuts after every single meal. Like you could just do so many things. You could ask ChatGPT about that. You could just tell them about your meals, and he's gonna exactly give you what to do. So this is basically stop using your phone when eating. I'm being genuine with you. This is not stupid. It's really psychological something which your body actually knows and you don't. So don't use your phone. Actually focus on your meal and make sure you finish it as much as you can. And keep that into your mind only. No distractions, nothing unless you finish your meal.